Good morning, my quilty friends. Okay, so today is the day that we are going to quilt this quilt, my Prim and Proper quilt. Yep, no more procrastinating because I have got to get my friend's quilt done. I did not make it for her birthday at all. I totally missed that. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting my batting, and on a loft frame, you just tuck your batting in between your quilt top and your backing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just adjusting it, and I want to kind of push that out of the way because Bella tends to want to lay on it. And I'm kind of lining it up. I pushed way too much up under there. And for you people that have a loft frame, I may not do it the same way that you do it. This is just what I have found that works for me. And again, I'm not too fond of this 100% cotton batting. I usually like a blend. And for some reason, I just thought I would try 100% cotton batting for who knows whatever reason. Okay, and I want my quilt top out of the way like that. I want this as nice and smooth as I can get it. All right. Now, let me slide my frame. Let me pick this up first because the wheels, oh my gosh. If you're considering purchasing one of these handy quilters, I have the Moxie with the loft frame. It comes as a kit, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for. Splurge and get the caster wheels. Splurge, I'm telling you, I do not regret putting my frames on caster wheels. I do not. I'm walking the long way around, so I'm not walking in front of the camera, guys. So I absolutely love having the casters. I need to dust. It is dusty back here. So, like I said, if you're thinking about purchasing this setup, make sure and splurge, get the extra for the caster wheels because it is going to make all the difference in the world if you have a small space. Can you guys, I know I moved the frame, can you guys see? I'm making sure you guys can see. Yeah, I think you can. So the first thing I'm going to do, make sure, yeah, I'm all up under there. So the first thing I like to do is to stitch like a little sample piece right here. Make sure my stitches look good. Let me find a scrap piece of fabric. Not, you know, I have plenty. We went through this the other night when we were doing our Quilt As You Go thing. Here we go. And I just use any kind of random piece of fabric that I can find for this. Y'all fixing to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Y'all have good luck.
Yep.
Okay. We'll just lay that off to the side. Yeah, I want to get this finished so I can get Lisa's finished. And then I'm back on track to doing, I'm going back to doing my quilts. Sorry. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm gonna pause the camera until they leave. Okay, the dog has now quit barking and I'm trying. No, you guys cannot see, can you? I'm gonna leave my frame. Sorry guys, let me see. Can you see here? I'm having a hard time telling where you guys can see me. I think right there. I think I got you there. I think. Sorry. I am so sorry. I thought you could see. All right. So I've just put a scrap piece of fabric right here off to the side. Always check my stitches. Always. And I'm still learning how to use my Moxie. Oh my God. I love her. She has built-in, stitch regulator. I got that close to the edge. Come on out of there. She has a built-in stitch regulator where I get perfect stitches every time. I do. I love her. Absolutely love her. Oh, it looks like we have excellent stitches except for right there. I don't know what happened right there going around the corner. So I am going to do, what am I caught on? I'm caught on something. Hold on just a second. What am I caught? Oh, the batting. There we go. Yeah, that won't be a problem when I get on over on the quilt. And I did oil her before every time when I get done quilting or sewing, I clean all my machines. How tight is this tension? It's pretty snug. I tell you what, I don't think I'm gonna mess with it because it looks good enough for me. Dog hair, cat hair, everywhere. And let's bring that bobbin thread up. I want to make me a little thing to go on my machine to put threads and stuff in as I'm sewing. That's on my to-do list. Okay, so I want to give myself a straight line for my quilt top. So, actually I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. I'm going to put on my wheel thingy. It keeps the machine from moving back and forth. I don't know what you call that thing. It has a name. I know it has a name. I just can't think of what it is. Oh yeah, those stitches are perfect. We're not going to mess with them. Okay, and I'm going to bring up my bobbin thread. Come on, grab hold of it. And now I am going to stitch myself a straight line, and I'm just going to do a basting stitch. And this is going to give us a straight line for our quilt top. Oh, hold on. I may have just run out of bobbin thread. I think I did. I think I just ran out of bobbin thread right about there, which was a good place to run out, I'm telling you. Let me bring her back over here, and I am probably gonna have to. Sure did. Empties. Give me just a sec. Let me see if I have one in here. Yes, I do have one that's wound. I usually keep 3 bobbins wound. Let me make sure it's coming off the right direction. Yes, you want it to go clockwise. There we go. So I usually keep 3 bobbins wound. And then when those 3 bobbins empty, it's time for a new needle. And I always clean and oil my machine way more than that. So I don't use that. I used to use it as a guide before I got these, kind of higher end machines that need way more care. Now we'll have to check our stitches again because this is a new bobbin. Okay. And I like to pull my thread, catch it right here. I always feel out of practice when it's quite a while in between my projects. Like I should have as many projects as I do. You would think I would have one in the frames at all times. Sorry, my timer just went off. So I can remember to go take my vitamins. I have to take a plethora of vitamins, and I'm going to check. I'm going to loosen this up so I can roll it out just a little. Come on. Aha. Found it. It's pulling the batting with it. I know this seems fiddly, and it probably is to some of you who are way more well versed in long arm quilting than I am. Like I said, I just do this for me. I didn't leave myself enough out. Then I'm going to kind of pull that down and line it up. Oh yeah, that, my friends, is perfection. And then I'm going to put a pin like way down here, and then we're going to baste our top down. Make sure and get all these wrinkles out. Like I said, if you're a long armer, you know that I'm probably not doing some of this right. It's just how it works for me, and it is fiddly. But this is how I get the results that I want, is like this. And I'm trying to decide, I never have a plan for quilting, ever. I'm just gonna tell you. I never plan how I'm gonna quilt my quilts, ever. I mean, I'll think about it and I'll say like, I wanna do this, you know. I wanna do this kind of quilting. I think on this quilt, I'm trying to decide between my old, I'm gonna pull that up even with that line, between the stipple, you know, the meander stipple, or just some straight line quilting. I have been doing some straight line quilting and really enjoyed it too, you know. There we go. I got that all even, I do believe. We are good to go. And I do want to check my bobbin one more time to make sure that, yeah, we are good. Oh, I got to take the wheel chalk off. I don't know what you actually call, I can't remember what you call that thing. I'm going to have to take a day and clean the junk out of my machine. It gets all kinds of lint and stuff built up on the wheels. And that makes a difference in how your machine, whoop, let's pause that right quick and let's bump our stitch count back up. I like to do around 11. Actually, I like the way the 9 looked. That was a 9, our practice piece right there. And I may bump her back down to 9. Instead of doing 11, I sure might. Yeah, I want to make me one of those little saddle things. So, I know that you guys probably can't see. Take a look. Yep, it's perfect. So we are good to go. And I apologize. I don't know how to get you any closer, because if I mount you to this, it's going to shake. I mean, you know, with the motion of the machine. So I'm not sure how to get you guys over here where you can really see this. Now I'm going to put my wheel chalk back on because I have her set. And yeah, I did move it. No, it's still good enough. Because I want to baste along the top side of my quilt. And I am going to bump this back down to 9 because I really like the way those stitches look on them. And that's the really good thing about a practice little piece over here. You can test out your stitch length and see what you want to quilt with. And oh God, I love this machine. This was some of the best money I spent, you know, besides fabric. I love my Moxie. I loves her. I really want to pull on this because I'm going to get it, whoop. I want it up there on my line. See, that came off of my line that I have up there, so. Okay, now take your pins out. Yeah, that's made a little bloopy right there because I let it slip. And I have another little bloopy right here where it slipped below my stitch line, or my anchor line, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what you want to call it. Okay, now's the decision time. How are we going to quilt this baby? How do we want to quilt it? Do I just want to do straight line quilting? Do I want to do meander? I think I may just do stipple, big stipple. I think that is where I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to have to step around to the back to remove the wheel chalk. Sorry, bells. There we go. Just place that on the arm. I keep it right there, handy. So, got a little wobbly. Could have absolutely chopped the wheel to go that far too. All right, so now I know that this is as far this way that I can come down. I take, again, this is up to you guys. My daughter made me this handy dandy little thing that's all tangled up in all kinds of everything down here. Oh, there's some clippy things. And I just take and I lay this. She made it really big so it fits all the way across just about any kind of quilt that I want to quilt. And I know that I cannot go past that line right there. I just lay it out here. I do have some of those big wide wonder clips that have the big wide mouth on them. And I'll clip it to about right there. Let's clip the edges of our quilt. I don't know what I did with the other ones. I don't think I have another one in here. Okay, it's fine. It'll be okay. It should be okay. And clip that there. And let's pull it just a little bit tighter. Hopefully that'll be okay. All right. Let me see if I can find one of those bigger ones. I could put it down with a pin. Just have to remember that the pin, well, I'll remember because it won't come off. And we can pin it way down here so we're not anywhere near our fabulous machine. Okay, so let's start the stipple process. Is telling me that I'm going too fast. The stitch regulator can't keep up. there is round one. I always hit the wrong button, guys. There is round one complete. I do break thread. I do not have the greatest luck with advancing my quilt, leaving the needle down and advancing my quilt. Don't ask me why, but I don't. And I made a little pleat right there, but it'll be okay because I wasn't holding my quilt right. This is for me. If it was for a present, it would be totally different. But this is for me. Okay. Just stick to my magnet right up there. Okay, there is round one done. And the reason why I mark the point to where I can come to is because if you don't, you'll come all the way down here and your machine can't go any further. And if you're doing like a loopy loops, you're gonna end up with a flat spot. I don't really want that. You know, while it sounds like I'm not picky, I am kind of picky. I am. Yes, 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 I am. So I like to, let me get my ratchets, and I have found that I have to use these little long clips right there to hold that because it wants to be bad. Ew, I don't know what that is, but ew. And again, I have to be careful that the only thing is that the wheels are not on top of the batting. To about right there. There we go. And I kind of straighten this up. This has gotten in a tangled mess right here, but it's okay. I don't know how I did that. All right. And I just like to check it. Looks good. Now I do go around to the back and look at the quilting that I just did. Even though we did check our stitches, I still like to come around here, take a look at my stitches. Oh yeah, they're wonderfully perfect. And I think my new setting, my new go-to setting is gonna be 9 stitches per inch. I really, really like the way that looks. It's not too small, it's not too big. For me, that's gonna be the perfect stitch length. Kind of put that right there so I'm not standing on it. I want to make me a hammock. I do. I want to make me a little hammock to go up under here to hold my batting up off the floor because I do have a dog and a cat. So, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull this thread up. I'm going to mark my boundary as best I can. Yeah, I can see where I made a little, no, that is where all those points came together and it's kind of thick right there. It's just a thick spot. All right. So I know I can come that far down. Actually, the pins may actually work better, y'all, than the little clippy thing. Let me grab another pin. And this doesn't have to be precise. I'm not looking for, I just stood on it. Yep, somewhere right around in there. This is a Lori Holt design right here, the Prim and Proper quilt. And yeah, I didn't add all the borders that she had on it because I did 2 of these, one for my aunt and one for me to use as a wall hanging. And I'm gonna tell you, by the time I got to mine or was halfway through my aunt's, I'm like, I'm not doing all those borders for my wall hanging because mine's going to be a wall hanging and I don't want it like super huge anyway. So I just wanted the flowers and this little border on there. So I think it's still going to be beautiful. We'll get to see it when it's done. I gotta go check my laundry and I'll meet you back here in a few. Y'all would never know. I don't know why I tell y'all that because you would never know I'm gone. But that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go check my laundry, take my vitamins, and we'll be back to stitch another row together. And then what I'm going to do is pause the camera, start the recording again, and then I'll probably do it in fast mode So y'all can see me stitch the whole quilt. And I'll probably put in earbuds and I'll take all the sound off that particular clip and maybe insert some music. So there we go.
All right, guys, it was that quick and that simple to quilt this small quilt top. I'm going to unpin it, take it out of the frame. Well, I'm not going to quite take it out of the frames, but I'm going to unpin it from here. And yeah, it was that quick. And then we'll get this little beauty bound and ready to go up on the wall. I hope you enjoyed watching me quilt this little quilt. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you back here in the sewing room. Bye for now.